Imagine waking up in the morning and realizing that the very first actions you take, the very first thoughts you entertain, and the very first decisions you make are shaping the destiny of your entire day. Imagine that those first sacred hours of the morning are the foundation on which the rest of your life is built. Some people wake up with purpose, others wake up by accident. The difference between the two creates a gap so wide that one stands on the side of greatness while the other remains stuck in the cycle of mediocrity. Winning in the morning is not about simply getting out of bed. It is about choosing to begin the day with intention, with clarity, and with unstoppable drive. The morning is the stage where your performance for the entire day is rehearsed and set into motion. Those who win the morning win the day. And those who win the day win the weeks, the months, the years, and ultimately their entire lives. Oh, let me ask you this. How many mornings have you wasted? How many times have you opened your eyes, rolled over, reached for your phone, and let the endless noise of the world decide how you should feel? How many times have you handed over the steering wheel of your life to social media feeds, meaningless distractions, or negative thoughts that immediately weaken your spirit? Every wasted morning is not just a wasted day. It is a wasted opportunity to move closer to the life you dream of living. No, the people who achieve greatness are not those who occasionally find motivation when it is convenient. They are those who have disciplined themselves to dominate the morning, to step into each new day with deliberate action. The morning is not just a time on the clock. It is a battlefield. If you win there, the rest of the day bows to your command. The truth is this: mornings are not about comfort, they are about creation. Comfort will keep you in bed. Comfort will tell you that 5 more minutes of sleep is harmless. Comfort will tell you that skipping the workout is no big deal. Comfort will tell you that starting tomorrow is just as good as starting today. Comfort whispers, but comfort kills dreams. The one who listens to comfort wakes up in 10 years asking, what happened to my life? The one who wins the morning silences that voice and rises with power. When the sun rises, the world is silent. That silence is not empty. It is a gift. It is the universe handing you a blank page and saying, here, write the story of your life today. What you write depends entirely on you. Will you write a story of excuses? Or will you write a story of progress? Will you choose to be reactive, always waiting for the world to push you around? Or will you be proactive, choosing to set the tone for the day before the day sets it for you? See, success is not random. It is not luck. It is not fate. Success is designed. It is designed in the early hours when no one is watching. Champions are not made on stage. They are made in the dark before the world wakes up. They are made in the quiet repetition of daily habits that compound over time. If you can win your morning, you build the character to win every challenge that follows. No, think of your morning as an investment. Each choice is a deposit into your future. When you wake up early, you are depositing discipline. When you move your body, you are depositing energy. When you read, when you plan, when you pray, when you meditate, you are depositing wisdom and peace of mind. Every deposit compounds, just like money in a bank account. But here is the difference. The interest of self-investment is limitless. It pays you not just in success, but in confidence, in strength, in happiness, and in fulfillment. Now, many people say, I am not a morning person. That is a story. That is a label they have given themselves. They allow that label to hold them prisoner. But the truth is, no one is born a morning person. It is not a gift. It is not an inherited trait. It is a choice. If you tell yourself you are not a morning person, then you are also telling yourself you are willing to lose the battle before it even begins. Stop telling yourself that lie. Stop giving yourself permission to fail before you even try. Every morning is an opportunity to train your mind. When that alarm rings, you face a decision: rise or remain. That single decision determines whether you step into progress or stay chained to comfort. When you rise, when you conquer the urge to stay in bed, you begin the day with a victory. That first victory creates momentum, and momentum is power. Once you move, once you act, once you take control, you create a chain reaction that carries you through the day. But if you choose defeat in the first moment, if you surrender to the comfort of the sheets, you weaken your spirit, and the rest of the day becomes harder to command. There is a reason why successful people around the world speak about their mornings. From leaders to athletes to artists to entrepreneurs, they all understand the same truth. The morning is sacred. The morning is when the mind is fresh, when the distractions are minimal, when the body has rested, when the spirit is ready to be guided. The morning is the time when you set the thermostat for your emotions, your energy, and your focus. Ask yourself, how do you spend your mornings? Do you waste them with gossip, with screens, with negativity? Or do you use them to sharpen yourself, to align your vision, to prepare for battle? Do you open the day with gratitude, or do you open the day with complaints? The choice is yours, and the results are yours as well. Winning the morning does not mean it will always be easy. There will be days when your body is tired. There will be days when your mind is heavy. There will be days when the temptation to give in will scream louder than your willpower. But those are the mornings that matter the most. Those are the mornings where greatness is forged. When you push through on the difficult days, you prove to yourself that you are not guided by feelings. You are guided by purpose. Feelings are temporary, but purpose is permanent. If you want transformation, you must stop treating your mornings casually. Stop treating them like they do not matter. Stop allowing them to slip through your fingers as if they are unimportant. Your morning is your chance to build momentum, to build power, to build unshakable belief in yourself. Let me paint a picture for you. Two people wake up at the same time. One hits the snooze button, drifts in and out of sleep, and eventually gets up late, rushing through the morning, unprepared, stressed, reactive. The other rises at the first alarm, stretches, hydrates, exercises, reflects, plans, sets clear intentions, and enters the day prepared. Tell me, who is more likely to face the challenges of life with strength? Who is more likely to remain focused when distractions come? Who is more likely to succeed? The answer is clear. Now, winning the morning is about creating certainty in an uncertain world. It is about giving yourself control in a world that often tries to take it away. It is about anchoring yourself in habits that make you stronger, sharper, and more unstoppable every single day. No, and remember this, mornings are not just about productivity. They are about identity. When you win the morning, you are telling yourself, I am a person of discipline. I am a person of focus. I am a person of strength. That identity is far more powerful than any checklist. Because when you know who you are, you do not need external motivation to act. You act because it is who you have become. So rise tomorrow with intention. Do not give the morning to weakness. Do not give it to distraction. Do not give it to fear. Step into it with power. Step into it with clarity. Step into it with the awareness that every morning you win as another brick laid on the foundation of your greatness. The morning belongs to you. Take it, command it, dominate it. And when you win the morning, you do not just win the day. You win your future. You win your destiny. You win your life. Imagine this, the alarm clock rings, and in that single moment, your future hangs in the balance. You have a choice. Rise with power or surrender to comfort. That decision may seem small, but it sets off a ripple that flows through every hour that follows. You see, the morning is not just the beginning of a day. It is the battlefield where destiny is won or lost. When you win the morning, you do not simply start the day. You take control of it. You decide who you are going to be, what energy you are going to bring, and what standard you are going to demand of yourself. The way you show up in those first hours decides whether the rest of the day bends to your will or breaks you down. Win the morning and you win the day. Win enough days and you win your life. Let me ask you, how often have you woken up without intention? How many mornings have slipped through your hands because you surrendered to laziness, distraction, or negativity? How many times did you allow the world to dictate your mindset before you even stood up? Every morning you waste is not just a lost moment. It is a lost opportunity to move closer to your highest potential. Greatness is not built in the spotlight. It is built in the silence of the early morning when no one is watching. Champions understand this. They know that the day does not begin when the world demands their attention. It begins when they decide to take command. Think about some of the greatest athletes and leaders. Michael Jordan was known to start his training while others were still asleep. Kobe Bryant would rise at 4 in the morning to get a night extra workout in before his teammates had even begun their day. These men were not obsessed with the clock. They were obsessed with the edge. They understood that while talent might be equal, commitment to the morning separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Consider the words of Benjamin Franklin, who said, "Early to bed and early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise." He was not speaking of magic. He was speaking of structure, of discipline, of the truth that the first hours of the day create momentum for everything else. Franklin used his mornings to plan, to reflect, to create, and those habits became the foundation of a life that continues to inspire centuries later. Or take Richard Branson, the founder of Virgin. He has shared that his mornings start before the sun rises. Exercise, reflection, and intention are his rituals. He credits these habits for giving him the clarity and energy to manage the countless responsibilities of leading global businesses. The morning is where his sharpness is forged. These examples are not accidents, they are proof. The morning is the secret weapon of the successful. It is not a matter of personality. It is not a matter of preference. It is a matter of choice. Now, you might say, but I am not an athlete. I am not a billionaire. I am just an ordinary person. Let me tell you this, your morning matters just as much as theirs. Your dreams, your goals, your vision for life deserve the same energy, the same urgency, the same commitment. The stage may be different, but the principle is the same. If you want victory, if you want progress, if you want transformation, it begins in the morning. So how do you win the morning? It is not about copying someone else's routine. It is about creating habits that align with your goals, that strengthen your mind, body, and spirit. First, movement. Your body is the engine of your life. Begin with physical activity. It does not matter if it is a run, a workout, or even stretching. Movement wakes the body, sharpens the mind, and floods you with energy. When you move early, you remind yourself that you are alive, strong, and capable. Second, before the chaos of the day begins, take time for silence, meditation, prayer, or reflection. In stillness, you anchor yourself. You clear the noise. You hear your inner voice. The world will try to pull you in every direction, but the morning gives you the chance to decide what truly matters. Third, learning. Feed your mind before the world feeds it nonsense. Read, listen, study, grow in knowledge. Growth in the morning creates expansion in the day. Fourth, planning. Do not wander into your day without direction. Write down your goals, your priorities, your mission for the hours ahead. Without a plan, distractions will own you. With a plan, you own the day. These habits are not complicated. They are simple, but they are powerful. They transform mornings from wasted time into sacred preparation. Think of your morning as the architect's blueprint. Without a blueprint, the building crumbles. With one, the structure rises strong. Your morning blueprint determines the strength of the day that follows. But let me remind you, winning in the morning is not about perfection. There will be days when you stumble, when you oversleep, when you fall short. Do not surrender to guilt. Rise again the next morning and win. Victory is built through consistency, not flawless execution. Remember, the first victory of the day is simply waking with purpose. When you resist the snooze button, you declare war on mediocrity. When you rise with energy, you declare victory over fear. When you choose discipline over comfort, you declare to the world and to yourself, I am in control of my life. And the beauty is this, when you win the morning, the benefits ripple outward. You carry that strength into your relationships, into your work, into your decisions. You walk taller, you think clearer, you act with power. The morning is also the time when gratitude is most powerful. Before the noise of the world drowns your spirit, take a moment to give thanks. Gratitude shifts your perspective. It transforms the ordinary into extraordinary. It opens your eyes to abundance. Even in struggle, when you begin with gratitude, you carry light into the darkness of the day. Let me share a truth that few realize. Every morning is a gift, but it is also a test. It asks you, what will you do with me? Will you waste me? Or will you use me to build the life you desire? Most people fail this test without even realizing it. They treat mornings casually, as if they do not matter. But champions treat mornings like gold. They guard them, they treasure them. They protect them with everything they have, So what about you? How will you treat your mornings from this day forward? Will you rise in power or will you drift in weakness? Will you take command or will you surrender to distraction? The choice is always yours. Never forget this, mornings create momentum and momentum creates miracles. Win enough mornings and you transform your future. Win enough mornings and you will look back one day with pride, knowing that the life you built was not an accident. It was intentional, it was deliberate, it was earned. When you wake tomorrow, hear my voice. Remember these words. Win the morning, stand tall, move with purpose, reflect with clarity, plan with focus. Fill your spirit with gratitude, and then step into the day with unstoppable energy. Do not allow another morning. Do not wait for the perfect moment. Do not give in to the lie of comfort. Begin now, begin today, because every morning you win is another victory toward the life you were born to live. And when you stack those victories, when you build day upon day, year upon year, you will realize something profound. You did not just win morning. You won your destiny. You won your purpose. You won your life. So rise tomorrow with fire in your soul and strength in your spirit. Rise tomorrow knowing that the first victory is already within your grasp. Claim it, protect it, own it, because when you win the morning, you win the day. When you win the day, you win everything